What do you do here, John?
You go for it, Pat. You have to.
But Falco's been shut down by this defense all afternoon.
All it takes is one big play to get him back in the ballgame.
And here goes Falco.
Falco scores!
It's time for football.
Woo! All right, so we're going to start out with week 1 of the NFL season. I was in Hawaii this past week. Let me tell you, it kind of sucked a lot. So I woke up at 7 o'clock to watch the Sunday games. I'm used to sitting around with friends yelling a lot of curse words and things such as shit and tits. Unfortunately, I was unable to do that this week as I was in Hawaii with my family, mainly my grandmother and parents who were sleeping. And they probably wouldn't have taken too kindly to that. Also, it was just awful getting up at 7 in the morning just to watch football. So there was that. A couple of notes I had from week 1 was checking my... Oh, this is Callie, by the way. She may make some appearances throughout the podcast. Say hello, Callie. Okay. So she's there. We had a lot of safeties this week to start. Every 3 or 4 games started out 2-0, and I found that very interesting. I want to give a shout out to Darius Raynaud of the Tennessee Titans, who thought it would be a great idea on the first play of the season to receive the kickoff, take a step out of the end zone, and then go back in, take a knee for a safety. That was great. It was a real brilliant move on his part. A couple more notes. Just want to let you know, the Steelers sucked this year. That's something you should probably get used to because they're not going to get much better. Ben Roethlisberger doesn't have that many weapons to throw to this year. Lost Mike Wallace. I don't know who's starting at running back for them. I'm sure you don't either. So there's that. Here's another theory I have. Cam Newton, not going to be that good. Ever. There's that. If we do a few more of these, you'll get to know my favorite team is the Cowboys. They did win this weekend. A lot of people weren't too excited about it because they only won by a touchdown and they got 6 turnovers from the Giants. Being a longtime Cowboys fan, I'll take a win. I'm used to them committing the turnovers that lose the game. This is a nice change of pace to see Eli Manning and his poop face after they lost. So that was great. Washington-Philly Monday night game was pretty entertaining. I enjoyed watching it. Obviously, as a Cowboys fan, I do hate the Eagles. It was kind of nice to see RG3 lose on his return. Don't really like him that much. He's kind of a doucher. And just a random thought, San Francisco, best team in the NFL. Now, as an upstanding citizen, I would never bet on sports, but we'll just say I might. Let's say I did. What would I be doing this week in my betting? Well, the team I like, who also sucks, and is playing a very good team usually, so it sounds like a bad combination. I'm going to go with the Jets. Plus 13.5 at Delaware Park. Again, I didn't look this up. Somebody told me, because I would never bet on sports, Mom. So yeah, I like the Jets plus 13.5 against the Patriots. That game's tomorrow night, and yeah, so we'll take a look at that. I know none of you, the 4 people who will watch this, will care about my fantasy football league, but I'm going to touch on it anyway. Matchup of the week was between Colin, who has the very intelligent and well thought out name of Harry Cock. He was taking on Rob, whose fantasy team name is just as mature, with Golden Taint. Now, for those of you who don't know what a taint is, that is the area between, well, for a man, your testicles and your butthole. That would be the taint. It's a play on words for the player Golden Tate, who he does have on his fantasy team, strangely enough. So, yeah, they had quite the matchup. Harry Cock had Peyton Manning and Wes Welker, who scored him a combined 100 points to give him quite a cushion there. He bragged about it on Facebook, and I was really hoping he would lose, which he almost did, because I had a comment ready, but unfortunately, Robert Griffin came on in the second half and led him to victory over the Golden Taint. Last couple things I want to do, even though it's already past week 1, so I'm kind of cheating, I'm going to give you some predictions for the year. My playoff teams, we're going to start with the NFC East, because I'm a Cowboys fan. I'm actually going to go with the Cowboys to win the NFC East this year. It sounds like a bit of a homer pick, but the last couple years I haven't picked them, and this year I actually think they have the right chemistry to actually do something good. NFC West, no shockers here. I'm going to take San Francisco. As I said, I think they're the best team in the NFL. NFC South, we're going to go with Atlanta. They did lose to New Orleans this week, but I don't want to overreact from week 1. They still looked good, and I think once Roddy White gets healthy, the team's going to look like they did last year, possibly even better. NFC North, again, no shockers here. I'm going to take the Packers. They did lose to San Francisco this week, but no shame in losing to the best team in the league. Wild cards, I'm going to take New Orleans. They have their coach back this year, and Drew Brees is awesome. Also on my fantasy team, in case anyone cared. So I think they'll sneak in at a wild card, finishing second to Atlanta in the division. My surprise pick of the year to make the playoffs from the NFC, we're going to go with the Detroit Lions. Now, Matthew Stafford gets injured most years, and the defense usually isn't that good. I like the pickup of Reggie Bush. I think he's going to work well with that offense, so we're going to go with Detroit there. On the AFC side, I'll give you the easy ones first. From the East, South, and West, we're going to take Patriots, Texans, and Broncos. Again, no shock there. Pretty much everyone who's watching is going to be picking them. AFC North, again, like I said, the Steelers are bad this year. Ravens, I don't think they're as bad as they were against Denver, but they're not going to be very good either. So I'm going to go with, pretty much by default, the Bengals there. So that leaves us with the two wildcard teams. The sexy pick of the year seems to be the Kansas City Chiefs, and I like sexy, so why not go with that? We're going to take the Chiefs. And my surprise pick of the year, we're going to go with the Tennessee Titans. Colin's team, that is Harry Cock, in case anyone was wondering. His team, the Tennessee Titans, that takes me on another tangent. I don't know why he's a fan of the Tennessee Titans. I don't really know anyone who is. He's not from Tennessee. He didn't grow up there. Doesn't have any lovers that are from there, as I know, but, whatever. He's a Tennessee Titans fan. So I think they're going to the playoffs. Leads me to our AFC NFC title games. I will take San Francisco to take on Green Bay and win that game. And I will take Denver to take on Houston. AFC isn't going to be very good this year, so I like Denver to make it there, and Houston pretty much by default. My Super Bowl pick will be San Francisco to take on Denver, San Francisco to win that game. And my last thought of the day, I had a winning moment today, and figure on each podcast you do, I'll give you my winning moment of the day. So I went to the grocery store the other day, and I bought a box of pierogies. Now, listed on the box, it tells me that there's 12. Well, I opened up the box, and I found out there was 14 in there. And that was my winning moment of the day. Thanks.